Well, joining us today is Paul Diguiseppe. He's a principal planner with the City of Austin's Planning and Development Review Department, also a key contributor to Imagine Austin. Thanks for sticking around with us this morning. Obviously, Imagine Austin, a comprehensive plan. Here it is right here in this binder. You guys went out, got input from the public, 18,000 different ideas that you've kind of combined. What were some of the takeaways, the bullet points that you got from that?
Well, some of the main points were dealing with our transportation, dealing with the water shortages, affordability, and preserving our lifestyle and those amenities that we really love about Austin.
Yeah, and so what are some of the challenges, I guess, that you guys are facing?
Well, one of the big challenges that we face is the fact that counties in Texas they do not have zoning authority, which places a big obstacle in terms of where you want growth and where you don't want growth. So if a project comes along in the unincorporated area, they have certain restrictions, but for the most part, if something comes along where you don't want it. So that'll be a challenge. We'll need to work with them and some other regional partners to try to entice development where you do want it in the unincorporated areas.
So you have your core principles. The next step would be, I guess, implementing it and measuring success along the way, because this is an organic process.
It is, and it's a process. It begins with the adoption of the plan, and one of the ways in which you ensure its success for implementation is to measure it. And we're required by city charter to annually review the plan to see how successful we are in implementing it. So we have what we call indicators or metrics to see how well we're doing.
So obviously this is not going to happen overnight. What is the next step in the process?
Well, the next big step is right now council is reviewing the draft plan. And on May 24th, they will have a public hearing, the first public hearing, where they'd like to hear from the public. So we absolutely encourage people to come out, read the plan at imagineaustin.net and then go tell council what you think. And we're hopeful that it will be adopted by the end of June.
In addition to the public hearing on May 24th, what can people do in their everyday lives to go ahead and get started and help out?
Well, there's a lot of things. In fact, with our plan, it does build in public participation in our what we call our priority programs, which is our game plan for achieving the successes for transportation and water. But there are things we can do right now, such as installing rain barrels, and rather than take the car a quarter mile to get a loaf of bread, walk to it. So there's plenty of things that we can do now, but there are again lots of things that we need to enhance through this planning process, and so the public plays a vital role.
This is addressing everything from housing to transit, environmental issues, diversity. I know the cultural barrier in Austin is another issue as well.
It's a significant one that we obviously have a bit of a legacy there that's pretty unfortunate. But through the plan, one of the goals was to build those bridges and look at diversity and incorporate it and celebrate it, and it's a pretty important part, and we're going to have to keep working as a community to overcome those challenges.
What makes Austin Austin. Again, we want to encourage the public to get involved. There's a public hearing on May 24th at City Hall, and also go to imagineaustin.net. You can read the plan for yourself right there. Paul, thanks for so much for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right.